What's going on YouTube? Welcome to my YouTube channel, Soul Poetry Healing. So in today's video, I got a new video for you, a new poem that I want to share with you all. This one is called I Cry. With this one, it's always been said that men, we're not allowed to cry, we can't show emotions, we can't do any of that type of stuff without being called a punk or not a real man, or if we do cry, show any kind of emotion, our manhood is called into question. So that's what this poem is about. That's why I wrote it, and it's called I Cry. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. If you like it, don't forget to hit the like button, and also share this video out to anybody you might know who might get something out of it, or who it may help out in any kind of way, shape, form, or fashion. That's the goal of my poetry channel, is trying to help anybody who may have been going through something that I went through, or something similar to what I've been through. So that's my goal with my poetry and my poetry channel. So get right into it. This is called I Cry. I cry, but nobody knows why. I cry silently deep inside. Though on the outside, I pretend that everything is fine. I'm shining on the outside, but on the inside, I'm secretly dying. As a young boy, my mama told me to stop all that pouting and crying before she gave me something to cry about. So I learned to hold my cries inside. I slowly dry my eyes, and my long, loud cries turned into quiet, short sniffles. As a teenager, I dare not cry in front of my homies and friends. Better not let an ounce of emotion show. Growing up in the hood, you were supposed to be rough and tough. On the exterior, I dare not show any emotion, just held it all within my interior. Cause if you cry, you were a punk pussy, nothing but a sissy. You were too sensitive, and a man ain't supposed to be that way. Growing up in the 80s, you had to be strong and macho like Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger, being tough and blowing up stuff. Then in the 90s, gangster music took over, so a gangster was a thing to be, being a pimp, player, hustler, and drug dealer. That's what would ring loud in my ear as cars rolled by with subwoofers and loudspeakers blaring. A lot of my friends emulated their favorite gangster rapper, but I hid all of my emotions deep inside so no one could see. I cried deep inside and silently so I wouldn't appear to be weak. But then all the girls wanted older men. Back then, all the girls wanted older men. They loved the thugs who were the biggest drug dealers with dope cars and 20-inch rims. Sometimes I went into my room and closed the door. Then I let out all the emotions I've been holding on to for so long. Nobody could see or hear me cry, so the tears I've been sucking up would flow from my eyes. Before I went back out into the world, I dried my eyes and pretended everything was fine. As a man, I cried for that young boy, a teenager who was taught to be strong and never cry. So he would hide and cry all alone. I, I would cry because at times it seems as though nobody really understands me. Nobody really knows the inner and daily struggles that I go through. I cry because I have no one to go to when I need a shoulder to cry on. I cry because I don't know how much longer I can hold my emotions deep inside. I cry because when somebody asks me how I'm doing, it feels like I feel like it's a general question. Everyone asks it, but no one really wants an answer. It seems they are just going through the emotions of being cordial. But if I tell you the truth about how I'm really feeling, will you stand there and listen? Will you lend me your ear without any judgment? Will you pay me any attention? Do you really care, or are you just asking and start up a conversation? Or is there any true interest in how I'm really feeling? Or when I answer, are you going to stare at me with a side and blank look on your face? I cry because as long as I agree with everything you say, things are okay. I cry because as long as I'm giving you what you want, you're my friend and want me around. But as soon as I disagree with you and have a difference of opinion, our friendship starts to go south and sours. You're no longer interested and start to distance yourself from me. I cry because as soon as I have my own thoughts, opinions, and feelings, you start throwing tantrum and fits and start to lay guilt trips on me. I cry because as soon as I start standing up for myself and demanding my respect, you no longer have any use for me since I will not allow you to verbally and mentally abuse me. I'm tempted to make me feel less than a man simply because I told you no, and I'm no longer your emotional punching bag. Then you start to drag my name in the mud and call me every one but the one my mother gave me. I cried because the only love I had for a long time was a love for my mother. As a shy, timid kid, and even as a young man, gaining interest in women was somewhat limited. I suffered through some mental and verbal abuse. All women wanted to do was use me for what I could do for them, but cared nothing for me personally. Constantly accused of being a liar and cheater because that's what kind of men they were used to dating before me. I never received the love of a woman, at least not until recently. Because of my past experiences with women, I never knew how to give love, let alone receive it. To me, it was all one sided with me giving, but getting nothing back in return. So I had doubts about what true love really was. Been burned so many times I decided to no longer even give love a try. I cried because I distanced myself from love and insisted that it would never happen for me. I resisted all advances of it in any form of a committed companionship. Never really believed that I could have a long lasting love and caring relationship. Love is something I would only see in the Walt Disney fairy tale movies. The young handsome prince rescuing the princess. It's crazy because my past values with women bonded me to the love of a woman who truly cared about and adored me. Blinded me to the love of a woman who truly cared about and adored me. I finally came to my senses and realized she's nothing like the women of my past. I learned how to love and care for her the same way she does for me. To think I almost lost out on love because of my past and selfish ways. It's amazing how at least I found someone in this beautiful woman cares for me just as I am. I cry well because I'm sick and tired of crying. I cry because I heard my favorite motivational speaker every time and say, "Don't cry to give up, cry to keep going, cry to keep up, cry to keep holding on, and cry to get stronger." I cry because not because I'm weak and hopeless. I'm proud because I know that I have unaccomplished goals and dreams that I need to finish and achieve. I cry because I will no longer be defenseless and defeated. I cry because my mind, soul, spirit, and self-worth will no longer be diminished. Now I'm proud because of belief and confidence I have in myself. I cry not because I'm weak, but because I'm strong. So that's my poem today. It's called "A Cry." I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. I really liked it. Like I said, if you did, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also share it out to your social networks. It will greatly help out the channel. And share this with anyone who you may know who may be feeling like this or maybe have felt this way in the past. Because as men, we're not allowed to be showing emotions. We're not allowed to be emotional. We're not allowed to cry. We're not allowed to express feelings. We're not allowed to do any of those things. So I wrote this piece for that very reason, to help out other men who might want to share their emotions, share their feelings, or might have trouble sharing their emotions and feelings. You know, me myself, I had to go to counseling and therapy to help with that, which I'm still doing to this day. Still going to counseling and therapy to help me get over my emotions and get through my emotions and how to express them in a healthy way without being worried about being ridiculed or teased about showing my emotions or sharing my emotions, and especially with my wife, who I'm now married to. So that's my poem for the day. And like I said, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe button, and hope you have a wonderful day. Just let me know in the comments what your thoughts was about this piece, whether you liked it, enjoyed it, if you got something out of it, if it helped you out in any kind of way, shape, form, or fashion, let me know. And I look forward to reading your comments. Thanks again. See you in my next video.